Junior TKM up next. One of the drivers joining me, Morgan Kidd. Morgan, you've had a good start this weekend. I think you qualified P11, had an 8th and a 10th in the 2 heats. Still got the pre-final to go, so hopefully you can move forward slightly from there. I wanted to ask you, you're somebody who's definitely on my commentary colleague Jake Sanson's radar. He's mentioned you a few times. How has Abby Pulling's success over the last couple of years inspired you? Obviously, I hate to do the girl thing, but it's just a fact. You know, we know that this is a male-dominated sport. She's obviously winning at that level. How has that inspired you?
Well, watching Abby ever since I was in Hondas just be so successful, it's just kind of made me want to try and aspire to be like Abby, but be a better.
Yeah, be your own driver. Obviously, you've got to do your own things. Good weekend for you this weekend so far, and as I say, Jake's somebody that's mentioned you to me on numerous occasions, so you're certainly on our radar moving forward. How old are you now?
I'm 13.
So what are your plans over the next couple of years then in terms of class? You're in Junior TKM at the moment. I'm assuming you're going to stick in this class?
Yeah, we're going to stay in Junior TKM for as long as we can and see how far we get.
And what are you hoping for this season? What would be a good result for you this season in terms of the championship?
A top 10 seed, and to be like top 5 maybe would be really good.
And do you have the sort of level of confidence that is saying to you as a driver yourself that, you know what, given the right run, given the right little bit of luck that you need now and again, I can definitely get in the top 3. Imagine if we had 2 girls on the podium in Junior TKM, wouldn't that be fantastic? Is that how you're thinking?
Yeah, like being confident going into every meeting, just feeling like I can do it and being consistent, then I definitely think I'd get top 3 maybe.
Okay, well, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Now, another driver in Junior TKM this weekend, and the man I think I'm going to pick to take the win this weekend joins me, Conor Kearney. Now, you started P10 in the heats so far, 2 heats, but you finished 4th and 3rd. Now, what that tells me is you've got great pace so far. Now, we've got the pre-final coming up, we're not going to see, then the final we're going to be filming. How confident are you basically with your pace, first of all?
Yeah, pretty confident. I mean, I just need to get away from everyone else, to be fair. I need to try and work with Abby if I can, and then, yeah, see how the final goes. And
at the moment, obviously, Abby's got the championship lead. Do you understand the dynamic that's going on in her head? If there's 2 laps to go, you're sitting second. You're not in the box seats for the championship, are you, at the moment this season? So you're looking for wins.
Yeah.
You understand that dynamic? You're going to throw one up the inside. What's she going to do if you throw one up the inside?
Well, if it gets to the end of the race and I see a chance, I'll probably go for it. But yeah, at the start, I'm just going to try and keep calm.
Okay, and in the championship this season, you've had a decent championship this season. Yeah. Perhaps not setting fires, but you're obviously somebody that moving forward, you've still got some years, I think, left in Junior TKM. Have you? How old are you now?
I'm 14 now. I was 14 in June.
Okay, so another, certainly next year. Next year going to be your big year, do you think?
Well, I've started GCSEs next year, so I'm not sure how much karting I'm going to do, but yeah.
Okay, well, good luck this weekend. I'm going to tip you to win it. That can put the kibosh on things, but good luck.
Thank you.
Conor Kearney's definitely one to watch this weekend, as is Morgan Kidd, in fact. Pulling in Kearney on the front row from Wigley and Strong. Nicholson and Kidd is there on the 3rd row from Taylor, Butterworth, Oates and Stratford. Really exciting battle in Junior TKM this weekend. Alex Page is on the 6th row trying to make progress. Will Orton is there in 20th. Spencer Stevenson and Joe Harrison a long way back after problems in the pre-final. Away we go, and Abby Pulling hits the front going away. 3 wins out of 3 so far this weekend. Can she continue her dominant form here at Shenington? She basically had a very difficult first practice. It was very interesting. She was about half a second off the pace of everybody. She hadn't been here for 6 months. Then came straight back into the 2nd session and started first position. Look at that shot as the airfield overhead is getting the gliders going up in the air. Fantastic location, this Shenington, right beside the airfield, as somehow everybody goes through the Bruno chicane in unison, as Pulling leads from Conor Kearney in 2nd place, and Archie Strong, having a great weekend thus far, is in 3rd position in front of Aston Wigley, and Morgan Kidd, who's come straight up into 5th position.
So, my interviews earlier, normally a curse for some of the drivers, but not a curse at the moment for Conor Kearney in 2nd and Morgan Kidd, the leading rookie, in 5th place.
Yep, Zach Oates is in 6th at the moment. The newly crowned E-plate holder is there having a good battle at the inside. And Strong,
yeah, Strong through the 2nd, nice move.
Yeah, there's not a lot Conor Kearney can do about that one, but I have to say, Conor Kearney's pace all weekend has been fantastic, where some of the others have struggled, including Dan Butterworth, who is currently 2nd in the championship. He's really struggled for this weekend, as has Spencer Stevenson, actually. Both of those drivers in difficulties this weekend, and it's given the man in 3rd position currently, Conor Kearney, the chance to move forward, as Morgan Kidd makes it to 4th, and Zach Oates makes it to 5th at the expense of Aston Wigley. Jack Nicholson trying to come through around the outside. Nicholson was fastest of all in qualifying by a couple of fractions of a second in front of Abby Pulling. Oh, and there's 3 of them gone into the barriers. Now that's a 3-way problem. Now one of those is Aston Wigley. So Wigley was one of them, the 58, he's gone. So too is Dan Butterworth and Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's devastating. I'll tell you what, Jack Nicholson was the leader in the club championship coming into this weekend. He was looking for a top finish, and now it's all gone.
Butterworth has taken to the escape road. I think he's had to go through the pits.
Yep, he has. He spun the kart and into the pit lane entry.
The man 2nd in the championship. Look at the championship points. 7.06 he was on, pulling on 7.47.
Well, watch as he plummets down the order now. Watch the championship table. He's going to plummet down the points tally. Look, he's just disappearing.
696,
Kearney's going to go to 2nd in the points tally. Look, Kearney's going to take 2nd in the championship.
Incredible.
Well,
incredible.
Archie Strong, through all of that, has hit the front. He's got past Abby Pulling and taken the lead, while Morgan Kidd is closed up on the back of Conor Kearney. So now it is Strong, Pulling, Kearney and Kidd. 2 boys, 2 girls battling away at the front end of the championship in Junior TKM. But this is great news for Abby Pulling, with Butterworth down, Stevenson down, and Kearney and Strong making places. Abby Pulling's lead in the championship is set to become, let me do the math very quickly, that's going to be 47 points, I think. Well, no, sorry, it's going to be even more than that. It's going to be 53 points if it stays like this. That is a massive lead, and surely only a couple of nightmare weekends for Abby Pulling is going to cost her the 2018 championship now.
Still 3 rounds to go, I think, after this one. So still time for things to go wrong, but she's so experienced.
There goes Pulling up the inside, takes the race lead back again. That's going to give her an extra 2 points, and Conor Kearney's going to get there on the inside as well, on the inside of Strong, but no, Kearney has to hang back in 3rd position. Pulling is your leader, 2nd is Strong, 3rd is Kearney, 4th is Morgan Kidd, then it's Oates. McKeown up to 6th place now, making progress. Ben Watson's doing a good job to make up places likewise. He's been battling with Morgan Kidd all weekend for the leading rookie honours and doing a great job with it. Then it's Zach Taylor, Stratford and Jensen Davis is just 1 place ahead of Scott Smith as they battle with Alex Page.
Now you can, at the end of the season, drop your worst score from any round, and I tell you what, Spencer Stevenson, who is down in 23rd place, Jake, and Oliver Richardson there in 18th. They were right up there in the championship. They're now in 5th and 6th in the championship, and they're going to have to drop this round from their total score, I'm sure, if they're going to have any chance of getting back into contention. But this has been a disaster for that pair.
Well, Abby Pulling's not had a disaster in 2018, has she? She's scored consistently everywhere we've gone. Even if she hasn't won the final, she's been absolutely at the top of the table every time. She won the title last year brilliantly, as up the inside goes Scott Smith, making a move up another position. But Abby Pulling has just been absolutely perfect every weekend pretty much. Even if she's not finished the weekend with a win, she's picked up 1st position, I think, at least once every single weekend so far this year.
Either in the heat or the pre-final or the final. And she knows better than most people that it's about consistency. It's not getting involved. I mean, the last few seasons, even the last few when she finished 2nd and 1st, she has had times when it's got a little bit difficult during the season, but it's all been pretty straightforward so far.
Morgan Kidd's got 3rd. Look, Morgan Kidd's got 3rd position now on the back of Conor Kearney.
Are watching history, folks.
Yeah,
I don't believe, certainly in the modern era of Super 1, as the 7 makes a move. That's a nice move by Alexander Page. In the modern era of Super 1, we've certainly never seen 2 girls on a podium, and you're looking at history in the face right now. Girls 1st and 3rd for the first time ever.
Well, I did say a couple of weekends back that if Abby Pulling were to move into the world of single-seater Formula 3, Formula 2, racing up to Formula 1, then Junior TKM is safe and sound for the female contingent in the hands of Morgan Kidd. She's doing a fantastic job here in third place, putting pressure on Connor Kearney, another man who is having a very resurgent weekend. Look at the championship battle. Connor Kearney's consistency this weekend is now going to put him second in the Drivers' Championship. Kearney is going to emerge as Abby Pulling's closest opposition for the championship now.
It's a great move by the 31. Will Orton makes a move through Wilkins.
Oh, is that Kidd for second? Was that Kidd for second into the first corner? I think we've got 1, 2. Yes, we have. Kidd holding on to it round the outside of Cafe. So it's Pulling leading and Morgan Kidd in second. The ladies are 1 and 2. It's never happened before, and Strong dives up the inside of Kearney to take third position to cement it. This is amazing. Never before in the history of Super 1 have we seen 1 and 2 for the ladies. Brilliant.
In a highly competitive field, Jake, let's not forget that.
Absolutely.
This isn't two girls out front because, well, it's not great quality through the... These are really, really strong drivers all the way through the field, but you've got two girls out front. I mean, arguably none stronger than Abby Pulling. She's got that winning attitude. But it was interesting speaking to Morgan earlier on that, you know, she will tell you that she has been inspired by Abby Pulling, and she'll be certainly inspired after this, because what this will tell her, and we don't know where she's going to end up. She may lose the place
second
there.
In the hairpin, that's spin for
Strong.
Strong spun around. Kearney's been impeded. The entire battle for third position back have been impeded, and somehow everybody's avoiding Archie Strong, but that has given Pulling and Kidd an amazing gap out front. Look at it, look, that's third position. That is now Oliver Stratford into third position from Ben Watson. And look at the gap back to Morgan Kidd as now Watson goes for third position. The girls are well clear in front. First and second, look at the gap they've got. That's massive in this stage of the race.
It is huge. We're going to change for third, I think. Looks like Stratford going down the inside. Did he hold on to it, though?
Yes, he did.
He did.
Stratford's
so
back to
Stratford
third.
now up to third. I think guest drivers, Stratford.
Now, hang
Scott
on a minute.
Smith in fourth and fifth. And look at this. Smith has made up how many places?
That's a
He's
good
made up
10 places.
10 places.
Well, Watson is battling away with Stratford, but I'm a little concerned about Morgan Kidd's card. I'm looking at the front end. It looks a little bent out of shape. She's there in second place for the moment, but if there's damage to that cart, that is going to compromise her chances of hanging on to this lead. For the moment, it is history in the making. She's got to hope that these guys continue to battle, and Stratford does dive back up the inside of Watson with Scott Smith in the mix there as well. These three are battling for the third step on the podium, and the more they battle, the better their chance of letting Pulling and Morgan Kidd dominate out front. So they are having an absolutely incredible route in the lead of the race, but the third place battle is getting pretty aggro at the moment. Look, Kidd's car, you can see, is bent out of shape in the contact with Archie Strong. Up the inside, Stratford goes through in a third position once again. Watson's just going to try and repeat the move straight away.
He did. Look at him, he's putting his helmet, he's looking at the driver, putting his helmet, saying, what are you doing? We think about it, because we need to get back to that battle up there. If we keep overtaking each other, then we're not going to get there. So that's a little message he was giving,
and I think
the
he's got the
driver on
message.
the 94 kart, Ben Watson.
I think he's got the message, and I'm slightly concerned now for the condition of Kidd's car, because looking at it, it looks, if you look at the front end of it, it looks quite bent out of shape. She took a nasty knock in the spin for Strong, and I wonder if that's going to compromise her.
Strong was going for the move, wasn't he? A little bit of contact with her. She just kept her foot in. She did nothing wrong, by the way.
Oh, no.
Nothing wrong at all.
She didn't, and that it does look a little bit skew if she can hold on to this for another 2.5 minutes, then we will see history in the making. But you can see, look at Kidd's car, that she's taken some damage as they go through. These three are going to work together now, and if they do work together with Watson at the front of the queue from Stratford and Smith, then if they're going to work in unison around this circuit with these kind of speeds, it's inevitable that they're going to catch Morgan Kidd. But how much time will she have to defend, and can she defend given the current state of her kart?
And what is the gap? She's 1.79 behind.
See, Ben
catching. Watson's just over a second behind her in third, but they have closed it slightly on that lap.
Yeah, they've taken 0.4 of a second out in the last lap alone. It looks like there's damage too to one of the karts further back in the mix as well.
Warning flag for kart 22, Jake.
Yeah, that is Harry Arthur, so he's got involved in an incident with somebody in the mix there. I wonder if he's been battling away with the likes of Joe Harrison, who had that nasty incident in the earlier races of the weekend. We had a red flag for Joe Harrison in the first final, and then we had another red flag for two karts coming together at a nasty point. So final one was actually cut short. I think they only did 5 racing laps of final one earlier on in the day, because we had 2 red flags. As up the inside, battling away for 4th position, that is Scott Smith going for the inside of Oliver Stratford, and he hasn't made it through, so Ben Watson still hanging on in 3rd.
Dan McEwen's had a warning flag as well, Jake, just a couple of laps ago. He's there in 6th place, made up 5 places so far.
Good
That's
point.
the E-plate, the English champion.
Do you know what? A good point that was just made there on the screen is that behind Abby Pulling, nobody in the top 6 in the Drivers' Championship behind Pulling are currently in the top 6 in this race anymore, because Kearney got held up by strong spin and he's dropped back into 8th position, and that is heaven for Dan Butterworth, because that has given him back 2nd position in the Drivers' Championship, only by 3 points, mind. And if Kearney makes up a couple more places, then the inevitable has happened. Ben Watson's made the move on Morgan Kidd. He's caught her up and is through in a second. Now can Morgan hang on to the podium?
You're still looking at history. Still girls, 2 girls on the podium of the 3 positions.
She's going for 2nd and getting through.
That is a fantastic
move from Kidd. She's going to run back outside.
Oh,
and contact with Stratford, and that drops her down to 4th behind Scott Smith. But you've got to give her 10 out of 10 for absolute effort. Incredible stuff. As up the inside, further back, that's Joe Harrison on Harry Yardley Rose. But what a fighter Morgan Kidd is, even with a cart that is severely crippled by the look of it. She is hanging on by a thread. She's not going to get the podium. Pulling's going to get the victory. Watson and Smith are going to get that. Diving up the inside comes Stratford. I think Kidd's got to let him go, and he does get through. Morgan Kidd is still going to emerge as the 2nd best rookie after all of that. So close we came to having 2 women on the podium, and I think everybody in the female contingent of motorsport is going to be absolutely beaming from ear to ear. We did say it was going to take time for more than 1 woman per class to emerge as a top racer in Junior TKM. That time is now.
Yes, we may have 2 in the same season. Well, we have got 2 in the same season. She's going to take the positives out of the weekend. This young lady is going to win it, and she's going to take a huge championship lead forward to the next round.
Is dominant.
Morgan Kidd, she's finished 5th, Jake, but she's got to take the positives out of this weekend.
And Ben Watson finishing 2nd in Super 1 ahead of Scott Smith. 2 new faces on the Junior TKM rostrum. Great to see them there. Stratford in 4th. Morgan Kidd is 5th in front of Alex Page, Zach Oates, Aston Wigley, Louis Harvey and Oliver Richardson. But for Abby Pulling out front in Junior TKM, it's 4 wins out of 4 here at Shenington, and now she can put one hand on the championship trophy.
I have to say, Abby, that looked particularly easy out there. Once you got a gap, I guess it was just controlling the pace.
It's just keeping my head and keeping consistent. They were putting pressure on me at first, and I was just, going around, and then looked behind me and they were all gone. So I was like, right, just get to the finish line.
You were very nearly joined on the podium by a fellow female competitor. I thought it was going to be a historic 1-2 then.
Yeah, I looked behind me and I saw Morgan behind me, and I was, oh, go on, lass, like, come on, 1-2. But I think she just got a bit mullered at the end and ended up about 5th, I think. So.
Well, you're nearly half 100 points away now from getting the title. This is a 50-point lead. It's looking really good. It's just about composure now to the end, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that I've gained quite a lot of points this weekend because I've won every race so far, and it's been an awesome weekend, and everyone else had a bit of a shocker. So it's just like say composure, keeping it calm and just consistent.
Well, hang on in there, and hopefully we'll see you on the top step of the podium for the 2nd year running. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. I'd also like to say thank you to Coden Helmets, Banzai Events, Alan Turney at Talco for the awesome engines and chassis, and friends and family and everyone for supporting me.
Congratulations. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
It's a dream result for Pulling. 56 points clear. Only a miracle surely can stop her becoming Junior TKM champion in 2018. Next up, it's the thrills and spills of Junior X30.